Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm going to be using my new Zippo lighter that I bought at the Zippo Museum for the first time. A couple weeks ago, I was on a road trip with my family. We first off headed up to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then we went to Canada. And after having spent about a week in Canada, in Toronto in specific, we then started heading home. And on the way home, we took a little bit of a different route than we took to get up to Canada, as we didn't need to drive through Pittsburgh to get back home. And I didn't know this at that time, but the route that was taking us back home ended up taking us through Bradford, Pennsylvania, where all Zippo lighters are made. And I didn't know this at that time, but Bradford, Pennsylvania is not only the home of Zippo, but it's also the home of the Zippo Museum. And after having seen a couple billboards for the Zippo Museum on the way to Bradford, Pennsylvania, we decided to stop by and see what was up. And I'll admit, I had a great time at the Zippo Museum. Honestly, just so dang cool. Got to see the Zippo cars, got to see a bunch of really old Zippos, got to see one of, if not the first ever Zippos, got to see like all the different like 100 million milestones and everything like that. Really, really, really cool experience to say the least. I had a great time. And to buy myself a little bit of a souvenir from the Zippo Museum, I ended up buying actually a couple different souvenirs. In all honesty, I wanted to get some souvenirs, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up buying a couple different souvenirs. I ended up buying a postcard of the Zippo cars. I ended up buying myself a little bit of a Zippo Museum sticker. I bought myself a Zippo insert. And of course, I bought myself a just normal Zippo lighter as well. And that's exactly what I'm going to be using for the first time in today's video. And I am very, very, very excited to do just that. As for the last week and a half, 2 weeks I've had this lighter, I have really been wanting to use it, but I just haven't had the opportunity to make a video of me using it for the first time. And I wanted to wait to use it until I could record a video all about it. To say the least, I am looking forward to using this lighter for the first time today. I'm looking forward to lighting a cigarette with it for the first time today as well. And I'm looking forward to just showcasing it in general. I am looking forward to this video and this experience, to say the least. I should be all prepared to use this lighter right here for the first time. Of course, I've got the lighter in my hand right here. I've also got some Zippo fluid with me today. And of course, I've got myself a good old American cigarette, as Zippo is a good old American company. Got to make sure I got a good old American cigarette with me today as well. I think I am all prepared to use this Zippo lighter right here for the first time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about what this lighter actually is. Then after that, let's go ahead and go over the packaging that the lighter came in. Then after that, let's go ahead and get the lighter all out. Let's go ahead and go over the look of the lighter, go over some of the little details that I had added on after I bought the lighter. And then after that, let's go ahead and get the lighter cracked open. Let's go ahead and get some Zippo fluid in the lighter. Let's go ahead and get it lit up for the first time. And then after that, let's go ahead and get a cigarette lit up with my new Zippo lighter for the first time. And let's go ahead and, well, actually get to truly using my new Zippo lighter from the Zippo Museum for the first time. And then after that, I'm going to go and give you guys my final thoughts on whether I like this lighter or not. And then after that, I'm going to go and end the video right there. But first off, as said, we got to talk about what this Zippo lighter actually is. So what is this Zippo lighter and how much did it cost me? Well, of course, this Zippo lighter is a Zippo lighter. In specific, it is a Zippo vintage with slashes Zippo lighter. It's chrome, it's brushed chrome from what I can tell at least, and the number on the back of the box is 230. So that is the product code for the Zippo lighter I'm holding in my hand right now. And this lighter cost me $25 USD. But after I bought this lighter and after I was done making a video at the Zippo Museum, I walked back in and realized that you can get custom engraving done at the Zippo Museum for $5 a surface. And so as such, I may or may not have gotten 2 surfaces done for a total of $10. And so as such, in total, this Zippo lighter right here cost me $35. This lighter is now the most expensive lighter I have ever purchased and possibly will have ever used. But it was totally worth the price because if cared for properly, this lighter will literally last me forever, and it's just a really nice memento from my road trip with my family. But that's what this Zippo lighter actually is. Without further ado, let's go ahead and now start going over the packaging, which we can see is a pretty nice look as a whole. It's a little bit more of a modern Zippo packaging, I definitely have to say. In the Zippo Museum, they had a bunch of examples of like old Zippo packaging. All of those looked like really retro and everything like that kind of thing, but this is the most recent, this is the most modern piece of Zippo packaging that has ever come into existence, I definitely have to say. And it looks pretty dang good in my personal opinion. We could see an overall black background with a little bit of a texture to it, I definitely have to say, almost like a black crackle Zippo or something like that kind of thing. Black crackle Zippos were what Zippos looked like during, I want to say, World War II. So maybe the sort of black background of the packaging, the sort of almost black crackle look to the background of the packaging is a reference to the black crackle Zippos from World War II and from the modern era as well. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if that's true or not, but that would be pretty neat nonetheless. We can see there's some gray dots right here on the front, just representing the different holes that you see in Zippo inserts. And then under these holes, we can see in white with a little bit of a red flame right there, it just says Zippo. This is the most modern sort of Zippo logo, I definitely have to say. Of course, Zippo has used many different logos throughout the years, with this being the most recent one, and it looks pretty good as a whole. It's definitely a little bit more stylized than that. Just says Zippo right there, all in white. And then the eye, the dot above the eye, is actually a red flame, which I think looks fantastic in all honesty, and that red flame is a little bit reflective as well, which I think is great. And then we can see there's a little bit of a copyright symbol right there on the very end. Or actually, no, that's just a dot. I thought that was a copyright symbol, and I thought it just wasn't appearing as being that on the camera, but no, that's actually just a dot. I thought that was a copyright symbol, but it is not. As a whole, the front of the packaging looks pretty good, but of course, the packaging itself is not unique to this specific lighter, to the Zippo Vintage in specific. This same packaging is used for every single Zippo lighter, of course. Taking a look at the back of the packaging, we can see it just says that this is a genuine Zippo lighter made in USA. Then under that, we get a little bit of a sticker right here that's all in white. And it just says 230 Vintage BRFIN Chrome right there. And then we just get the barcode and some numbers to either side. Then under that, we just get a Prop 65 warning. Then under that, it just says Zippo. And then under that, it just says Zippo Manufacturing Company, 33 Barber Street, Bradford, Pennsylvania, 16701. And I may or may not have actually stopped by the Zippo factory and taken a look outside and everything like that. And they only stopped for like 30 seconds, but I might have had to stop outside the Zippo factory and everything like that kind of thing. Had to do it to them. I'll include a photo of me outside of the Zippo factory as long as I remember at least. But you know, I was there. I was there. Now that's what I'm talking about, y'all. That is what I'm talking about. And then under that, it just says Zippo.com right there. And that is pretty much all that's going on with the packaging. Taking a look at all the other sides, there is nothing else going on. But there is some stuff going on with the packaging on the inside. So let's go ahead and get the lid all off of this box. And let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of the lid real quick before I go ahead and actually start showing you guys what my lighter actually looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put that down on the ground. And we can see on the inside of the lid, I got a little bit of a Zippo guarantee right there. Of course, Zippo lighters have a lifetime warranty. And so this is the lifetime warranty guarantee for the Zippo lighter. Now, one thing to acknowledge about the guarantee is that if they do stop making the specific Zippo lighter that, well, has the guarantee put on it, they'll just give you the most relevant or most representable new version of that lighter instead of repairing the old lighter. I have an old Zippo Blue, and I literally asked them when I was at the museum if I sent in the old Zippo Blue if they could fix it and everything like that, because it doesn't work. And they were like, well, since we don't make it anymore, we just give you a lighter, we just give you one of the new butane inserts instead, just because we don't make those anymore. They were made like 20 years ago. So they're not made anymore, so they can't do that. But there's a lifetime guarantee on they'll give you a working example of the of something else kind of thing, but they won't actually fix lighters that are now discontinued and everything like that. But of course, for like a classic Zippo lighter, they'll fix the classic Zippo lighter, no issue, and everything like that kind of thing. The classic Zippo lighters are not going anywhere anytime soon. Same with the Slims, same with the Armors, same with the Vintage, same with the, I think it's like the 1933 Zippo lighter or something like that kind of thing. I can't remember. They've got a bunch of different models and whatnot. But that is one thing I did want to acknowledge about the Zippo guarantee, of course, and that's something that I pretty much expected, but I didn't know for sure until I actually asked them. Just taking a look at the inside of this pamphlet, we can see that it just tells you how to fill up the Zippo and everything like that. Is there anything I'm missing? Is there anything I don't know? Of course, I've got my Zippo fluid with me today, as it asks. I've also got some other Zippo flints and whatnot at home. Just basically gives me an overlay of kind of how it all goes together and everything like that. And yeah, no, I think I know pretty much everything I need to know, in all honesty. Well, let's go ahead and close that up, and let's go and just take a look at the back. Basically just has some warnings on the back, along with some sort of market segmentation spiels and whatnot as well. Let's go ahead and put this back on the inside of the lid, or in the inside of the lid, just to make sure I don't lose it or nothing like that. Gotta make sure I keep my lifetime guarantee for my lighter, of course. And now, let's go ahead and actually take a look at the lighter I spent $35 on at the Zippo Museum. Let's go ahead and take a look at my new Zippo lighter, and there it is, y'all. There it is. We can see it's in a little bit of a felt pad right here. Just says Zippo at the bottom right there. Just says vintage look at the top right there, as this is indeed a vintage look Zippo lighter, which means that it is a little bit different looking and a little bit more flat, and I'd have to say elegant, than what modern Zippo lighters look like. I really like the look of this lighter. I love just how flat and rectangular it is and everything like that kind of thing. I also absolutely love the sort of chrome brushed finish it has, and then I absolutely love the sort of slashes in the top and the bottom as well. And of course, I got this lighter custom engraved, as said. I don't know, there we go, I think you guys can see it at the top right here. I got cigarette engraved right there, and then in the bottom I got my initials engraved as well. I think it turned out so dang well. I am so happy with it. It just says cigarette right there, C-I-G-A-R-E-T, cigarette. Just says cigarette. Oh man, I love it, y'all. It looks so dang good. It just has my initials down there as well and everything like that. Honestly, I think it would have been funny to get cigarette and then just cigarette again, but I decided to go for my initials to kind of change it up, and I have no regrets, frankly put. Now everybody knows exactly whose lighter this is, and as said, they do like custom engraving for $5 a surface at the Zippo Museum. I think it took like 5 minutes for them to get the custom engraving done, which was super cool. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's definitely a lot better than buying a new lighter online and then having to wait for it to be shipped to you to see what the custom engraving looks like and everything like that kind of thing. Like there, you can actually talk to the staff and be like, I want it kind of like oriented this way and everything like that kind of thing. They were all very helpful at the Zippo Museum. They were all very nice people, and I'm very thankful for their help, because if they had not been as helpful, I would have probably not ended up liking this lighter as much as I do, just simply because I wouldn't have been able to specify exactly how I wanted everything and everything like that. But I was, and they were really kind and they were really helpful about helping me make sure I got everything the way I wanted it on the Zippo lighter and everything like that kind of thing. Very, very, very happy with how the engraving turned out, to say the least, and I am very happy with how this lighter turned out in general. As said, it was $5 a side, so it was $5 for this one, $5 for this one. I didn't get the back done or anything like that kind of thing, but if I had, that would have been another $5 per side for the lid and for the body. But I just said $10 is good enough for me, so that's what I went for. You know, as a whole, I love how this lighter looks, but that's only the front of the lighter. We've only taken a look at the front of this lighter, so let's go ahead and now get it all out just like that. And let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom of the packaging. Just has a little bit of a market segmentation spiel right there. Just says, this model articulates the retro look of Zippo lighters produced in the 1930s. Compared to modern lighters, the lid is flatter and has squared corners for a more formal look. Made in USA, and then it says see reverse of card for product information and everything like that kind of thing. So, you know, I really do like the more like squared corners. I like the sort of flatter edges and everything like that kind of thing. I really do, as they said on that little bit of a market segmentation spiel, sort of explanation spiel, I really do think it gives this lighter a little bit more of an elegant look, and I absolutely love that, frankly put. Taking a look at the front right here, we can just see what I've already shown. Just says cigarette right there with my initials right there. And taking a look at the back, we can just see it's pretty much the exact same as the front, just without any of the engraving. Now this is very much the, I'd have to say, brushed chrome, but we can see the other sides. It's very much just a very reflective chrome and whatnot. It's not brushed all the way around. I do not mind that one bit, and that's actually something I like a decent amount. Taking a look at the bottom, we can just see it just says Zippo MFG Co. Bradford, PA, and it just says B Zippo 24. So this was made in 2024. I don't know how they do their modern dating system for the vintage lighters. They actually were nice enough to give me a card on how to date Zippo lighters while I was at the Zippo Museum, but I completely forgot it today. But it just says B. Maybe they do like A, B, C, D, E, F, G for like the months where A represents January. I'm not sure in all honesty, but either way, it says 24 at the end, so I can say for sure that this Zippo lighter was made this year in 2024, which is very dang cool. Just says Zippo in the middle right there, and then below all of that, it just says vintage, just letting you know what model this is, and then under that, or then next to that, it just says made in USA. And that's pretty much all that's going on with the look of this lighter. I think it's a very elegant, sort of retro look, and honestly, I am a huge fan of it, and I like it much more so than not. And of course, it matches my watch, and it matches my my Cuban chain, and it matches my belt buckle as well, and everything like that kind of thing. I love it, frankly put. I love it. This matches all the other drip I got. I am so dang satisfied with it, and I love that I was able to get it custom engraved as well. I do suppose now, without further ado though, I should probably go ahead and actually get this lighter all cracked open, so I can actually go ahead and get some Zippo fluid in it, and so I can actually use it for the first time. And I think I've showed you guys everything I wanted to show you guys about the lighter itself. It looks pretty dang good in my personal opinion, and I am a fan of it, to say the least. Without further ado, let's go ahead and just get it cracked open. Oh man, that is satisfying. Can't get enough of the noise that Zippos make. I love it, frankly put. Let's go and get it opened up once again. And we could just see the insert that's inside this lighter is, of course, just a normal Zippo insert. Nothing too fancy, nothing too extreme by any means. It's just a normal Zippo insert, like the normal Zippo inserts that come in all Zippo lighters. And this Zippo insert does indeed fit all other Zippo lighters, except for the Zippo Slims, of course. So this vintage lighter, this vintage look lighter, takes the exact same size of insert as every other Zippo lighter, which is something that was a concern of mine before I bought it, but thankfully not an issue. And yeah, we can just see the insert itself. It's just a normal chrome insert, nothing too much going on. Let's go ahead and just get it out if I possibly can. It is a little bit more wedged in there than not. But there we go, got it out. Let's go ahead and put this down on the ground now, and let's just go ahead and just take a look at the side of this. It just says, for best results, use Zippo flints and fluid. Then it just says Zippo Manufacturing Group, Bradford, Pennsylvania. Zippo, made in USA. This one was made in 2024 as well. It says 24 right there. And then it says E on it instead, so A, B, C, D, E. So that would be the 5th month of the year, so that would be May. So if this might have been made in May, not exactly sure though, but might have been made in May. And then we could just see it just says, keep away from children after filling, wipe lighter, and hands before igniting. Yep, that's definitely a good idea, but am I going to be doing that in today's video? No, I am not. Just says lighter does not self-extinguish, close lid to put out. That is how it works after all. And then we can just see on the bottom, we just get the felt right there, which just says lift to fill. And then that's pretty much all there is. We just see the wick up there with a little bit of, I'd have to say, copper in it. And overall, you know, yeah, it's just a normal Zippo insert, frankly put. Well, I do suppose, without further ado, it is now time for me to go ahead and lift this up just a little bit more so than not. I think it's time for me to go ahead and actually get some Zippo lighter fluid in my Zippo insert. And then after that, it's time for me to go ahead and light up my Zippo lighter for the first time, which of course I am looking forward to doing a little bit more so than not. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this all opened up just like that. There we go. I'm just going to go ahead and just pry it open just like that. Just fold it back. And I'm going to go ahead and now get my Zippo lighter fluid open as well. I can never get these open with my fingers, so I always have to use a knife. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to go and put my knife down on the ground. And I'm going to go ahead and get this opened up just like that. And I'm going to go and start filling it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Hopefully that should work. I'm just gonna go and close it up just like that. I just did 10 seconds. That's generally what I do. I don't know if you're really supposed to do that with absolutely fresh Zippos and everything like that kind of thing, but I just did 10 seconds worth of fluid right there, and I'm just gonna hold it upside down just for a moment, just to kind of let it soak through and everything like that. Don't think I used too much fluid. Don't think I used too little either. Hopefully that was the perfect amount. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this insert back in my case after getting a piece of hair off the bottom of it. Let's go and put that back just like that. And now let's go and just close it up, get it back open, and see if it wants to light up. Well, there we go, y'all. There we go. First light up of my new Zippo lighter. It's being a bit finicky. It's kind of bouncing around just a little bit more so than not. I'm just going to kind of let it burn just for a moment, just to get it all situated and everything like that kind of thing. We can definitely tell I just filled it up as the flame is a little bit bigger than not, but yeah, working pretty good. No longer bouncing around as much as it was, which is good. Yeah, no, working pretty good, as one would expect from a Zippo lighter. Zippo lighters tend to work when they do actually have fluid in them, and this one does indeed have fluid in it, as I just proved, as I just filled up the Zippo lighter. So I'm thinking it should work pretty well until the fluid, well, frankly put, evaporates, because that is what happens with Zippo lighters. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put my knife back in my pocket. And if y'all are curious as to what knife I'm using today, I'm using a Kershaw Scallion knife from, well, my local state surplus. And I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably now go ahead and, well, get one of my cigarettes all lit up with my brand new Zippo lighter from the Zippo Museum for the first time. I've already gone ahead and used my Zippo for the first time, but I haven't actually lit up a cigarette with it, so I'm thinking that's next up on what I need to do. And I'm gonna have to let y'all know just how good a cigarette lit up with this specific Zippo lighter actually is. Without further ado, let's go and talk about what cigarettes I'm going to be smoking today, or what cigarette I'm going to be smoking today, as in all honesty, I only have one cigarette left in this pack. I have a pack of American Spirit Yellows with me today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get this pack all opened up. Let's go ahead and get the last remaining cigarette out just like that. And now, without further ado, I do suppose I should probably go ahead and get this cigarette all lit up. And I do suppose I should probably go ahead and get to lighten a cigarette with my new Zippo lighter for the first time. To say the least, I am excited for this little bit of an experience. I have been excited for this experience for, well, this entire video, and even before that. Looking forward to this. Without further ado, let's go and get this cigarette all lit up. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Definitely the tiniest bit of a different taste at first. Generally speaking, I use Bic lighters, and of course Bic lighters, the butane in Bic lighters and Zippo lighter fluid, they have two different tastes, but the tastes never really stick around for cigarettes, at least as a whole. Oh wait, it only got my cigarette half lit. What am I doing? I can't believe me. I gotta try again. Much better, much better. I cannot believe me. I'm not blaming that on the Zippo lighter though, in all honesty. I could totally try to blame it on the Zippo lighter, but not the Zippo's fault, because honestly, I should have been paying attention a little bit more so than I was, but I was not paying enough attention to notice that the Zippo was only lighting half the cigarette. If I had actually noticed, it would have been just fine. As a whole, how good of a job did my new Zippo lighter do at lighting my cigarette? Man, did a pretty good job. In all honesty, did just as good of a job as any other Zippo lighter out there, and did just as good of a job as a Bic lighter, in my personal opinion, or a clipper, or a crack lighter, or something like that kind of thing. Yeah, it worked, and it looked extra stylish while it was working. Bic lighters, they don't be looking too stylish kind of thing, in all honesty. Zippo lighters, though, they be looking very stylish, and so as such, I'd have to say, not only did it work very well for lighting up my cigarette, just as well as a Bic lighter or something comparable, but it also made me lighten up my cigarette look a little bit more stylish than not, a little bit more elegant than not, to say the least. As a whole, good lighter to light some cigarettes with. I have absolutely no regrets about my purchase. Absolutely none at all. I am very, very, very satisfied with my purchase. I was before this video, and I am even more satisfied now that I've actually lit a cigarette with this lighter for the first time live on video. I am very satisfied with my $35 purchase, and I am planning on carrying this lighter a little bit more so than not in the future, which is not something I typically do with Zippo lighters. Typically speaking, I do not carry my Zippo lighters all that much, just simply because I don't like how the fluid evaporates over time. But while I was at the Zippo Museum, I bought myself a little bit of a butane insert, so I'm going to be trying that in a future video, and I'm going to be seeing how that works, and hopefully, as long as that insert works a little bit better than not, I will then be carrying it with my, or in my new Zippo lighter every single day. That's the plan, at least. It all relies on that new insert working pretty well, but we'll find out, you know what I'm saying. Was $35 worth it for my lighter? 100%. 100%. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. I think I'm gonna go and grab myself a little bit of a screenshot for the video real quick. Go and put the lid back on the box, just like that. Go and grab myself a little bit of a screenshot. I'm trying to get it to showcase the lettering on the Zippo, but the lighting, it's like only certain lightings you can see it in, which is pretty cool, but it's not very good for grabbing a screenshot. There we go. Hopefully that will do for a screenshot. We will find out. I think that might have been a little bit of a better screenshot than not. As a whole though, as I've previously said, I am very satisfied with my lighter. So far I'm very satisfied with the smoke as well, and I've had a great time using my lighter for the first time in today's video. If y'all are ever in Bradford, Pennsylvania, if y'all are ever driving through, take an hour, go ahead, walk through the Zippo Museum. Even if you don't own a Zippo lighter, even if you don't smoke cigarettes, it's a great museum to stop by, in all honesty. A lot of very interesting information. If you're lucky enough like I was, the Zippo cars might be there as well. They look really, really, really dang cool. I love them. One of them is like a 1940s Chrysler that is like a dual Zippo, and the other one is a Jeep that was done by West Coast Customs. And they're really cool. But yeah, highly recommend stopping by the Zippo Museum if y'all are in the area. It's a great time. It's a great time. I'll admit, before I saw some billboards for the Zippo Museum, I didn't even know that the Zippo Museum existed. Which is, in all honesty, probably the main reason why I'm mentioning the Zippo Museum so much in today's video, because I didn't even realize it existed. Like, I have a whole list of, like, different, like, tobacco museums I want to visit and everything like that, like, all around the world. And somehow I completely missed the Zippo Museum. I don't know how, but I completely missed the Zippo Museum. And I am so glad to have stopped by. And it's not like it's a recent thing either. It's been around since, like, 1999, I think it was. I don't know how I missed the Zippo Museum, but if you're a Zippo enthusiast, it is a must stop. And they've also got the flagship store right there as well, so you can find just about almost any Zippo lighter you want at that museum as well. And of course, they've got all the accessories and all that fun stuff too. And if you're a fan of Case XX, the knife brand, it's not actually just a Zippo museum, it's also a Case XX museum as well, because Case, the knife brand, is also from Bradford, Pennsylvania. I didn't even know Case XX was a knife brand until I went by the museum, but it was very cool to look at. I am not really one for that style knife personally, but it was pretty cool to look at that other stuff as well. Overall though, good smoke to say the least. My new Zippo lighter did a great job of lighting up my cigarette, and oh man, I am very, very, very satisfied with my purchase to say the least. And I'm starting to feel a little bit buzzed as well. I haven't had a cigarette in, I want to say, the last, probably about the last hour or so. So very glad to be having a little bit of a smoke right now. Well, I think I've got one more hit of my cigarette left. I think I'm gonna go and take the last hit. And now without further ado, I'm gonna go and step it on the ground, go and just put it next to my backpack, make sure I throw it away in a trash can right over there, right in front of me over there. After this video, can't be littering or nothing like that. And now that I have stubbed my cigarette out, I do think it's time for me to go and end this video right here. But what are my final thoughts on the Zippo lighter I bought at the Zippo Museum in Bradford, Pennsylvania? As a whole, I like it a lot more so than I am a big fan of this Zippo lighter right here. It was great to see the Zippo factory in person. It was great to stop by the Zippo Museum. Had a great time, frankly put. Very glad I've got this Zippo lighter right here, and definitely looking forward to using it a lot more in the future, and very glad to have been able to get it custom engraved as well, as we can see. I love the custom engraving, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Very satisfied with the purchase, very satisfied with my lighter, even more satisfied with it now that I've actually lit it up than I was before this video. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. The Zippo lighter I bought at the Zippo Museum was a great purchase, and I had a great time there as well. Well, I think that's pretty much all I had to say for this video. Certainly have enjoyed making this video today. Certainly have enjoyed using my Zippo lighter that I bought at the Zippo Museum in Bradford, Pennsylvania for the first time. And I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video as well. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And also let me know in the comments down below if you guys have visited the Zippo Museum before, or if you guys just like Zippos in general. And also let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the Zippo lighter I got at the Zippo Museum. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not? Let me know in the comments down below. Also make sure to check out my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my second channel, all in the description down below as well. To the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?